Okay, now we are starting a new topic today, that is about armature windings in machines, because they are critical. Armature windings can be considered to be like nerves of a body, because only when you arrange it properly, that will facilitate for the machine to work properly. The windings, I mean, if it is basically we have 3 machines, 2 rotors, so there are 6 types of windings. If you look at a DC machine, a stator, there is no problem, it is a field coil, it is a lumped coils which are just put it on the poles, so not much problem in understanding it. It's just you put certain number of turns, place it on the poles, and then you have the stator. But the rotor is a little complicated, because you have to put different coils in different uniformly cut slots on the rotor surface, and then at the end of it you must all bring them into commutator segments to be connected to the brushes. Okay. If you look at synchronous machine, it is a stator which is again having armature windings and which is uniformly cut, then there are several slots, so you must put them properly. Okay. And rotor of synchronous machine, if it is a cylindrical rotor, again you need to put the coils properly in different slots to make appropriate number of poles, as well as to put proper MMFs. And we were told that to put sinusoidal MMF, you may even put uneven turns in different slots in the cylindrical rotor synchronous machine. If you look at induction machine, the stator is almost identical with the synchronous machine, but the rotor would have 2 types again, right? One type is called squirrel cage, where you have to have the bars driven in the slots and short circuited by 2 endings on either side. And if you have the wound rotor in the slip ring induction machine, you again have 3-phase winding similar to their stator, and then 3-phase winding terminals again has to be brought back and connected to the slip rings. So obviously you must understand that this is fairly involved process of windings, and it must be done suitably both electrically and mechanically. Okay. So you start with proper designs. From designs, you know how much turns have to be put, how much conductors have to be put in each of the slots. Then you draw a winding diagram which is understandable by the shop floor person. Then that he should put it properly and mechanically and drive it into the slots, and then it should be appropriately connected at the ends and brought to the terminals. Okay. And so this is the whole process where you must be aware as electrical engineers about the drawing of the diagrams, as well as of its making of the windings. Okay. So that is what we will be discussing today, about what we known as the armature windings, because other windings are simple, not much of a understanding is required. We want to draw the armature windings. Okay. So what we will discuss is different types of armature windings for 3-phase AC machines. For DC machines we will do a little later. So we concentrate on 3-phase AC machines, because they are the ones which are produced largest and which are in great applications, both in synchronous and induction machines. So we are concentrating on 3-phase AC machines, but it is both synchronous and induction machines. Okay. Now what the procedure we follow today is we go one by one, smallest and the simplest winding to more complicated ones. Okay. I will take the first simplest machine. that is a simple 3-phase 2-pole winding, okay, because we have 3-phase. So, smallest number of poles will be a 2-pole. That means it will have 6 slots, 1 slot per pole per phase, and we will take the coils are all full pitch coils. Okay. So, we take this as our example for the first winding. Let us draw this. Let us draw the circle. Which is the outer surface of the stator, and it has 6 slots, because 2 slots for each phase. 6 slots uniformly cut means it will be 60 degrees mechanically and electrically. Let us say these are the 6 slots and connected. Now, these 6 slots, maybe you can number them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have drawn 6 slots in the stator, and I also same thing I will make a developed diagram like this, because I cut it somewhere, and let us say 1 slot, 2, okay, again we have driven 6 slots, call it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. Okay. Now, in these 6 slots, 3 phases must be, 3 phase windings have to be placed. Okay. And we make each coil. So, I will make a coil here. So, each coil may look like this. This will be a coil, and let us say A dash. It goes into A and comes out A dash. Of course, same thing. So, coil side also you can write it as A dash. Okay. Then maybe I will use some other color. Similarly, you can have identical another coil, BB dash. So, that will be 2 coil sides, maybe a third coil, CC dash, right, and each of the coil will have some N turns, right. So, each will have N turns. The identical coils of N turns, okay, and you can even have N equal to 1, that is it can have a single turn coil as well. So, a thick one. So, a single turn coil, maybe you can just make a thick single turn coil, Or single turn coil will be just like this. So this is a single turn coil, a thick bar which can go into 2 slots. So it is not several turns. So this again can be AA dash. This is called a single turn coil. Is it clear? So it depends upon the current it has to carry, and either you can have 100 turns or 1 turn, so long as both can accommodate the required current into the coil. Is it okay? Now, these 3 coils have to be placed in these slots. So where do you place what? In one, I will place A. Where do you place A dash? 4. So that will go to A dash. So that is the return path, AA dash. Okay, I put it as red, AA dash. So 1 A and A dash. Okay, so this will be AA dash. Right. Now I put the green, the next one in B, B dash. B, where do we put? Where do we put B? Because it should be 120 degrees later. Because each slot is 60 degrees, so it should be B should start here, across, that is B, and then B dash should come out like this, in this. So B, B dash, so I have taken this and placed here, and this coil is placed here, B, B dash. That is in 3 and 6. So we can have, this is here, cross here B, and B dash is dot here. So we have B, B dash. Is it clear? Very simple. We start with the first one because you can understand more complicated ones subsequently. Okay, we add complexity slowly. Okay, we have B, B dash, and then where do you put C? 5. You put C, that is the blue one, let us say in 5, that we call it as C, and comes out in C dash, that is here, that is 2. So we start with C here and come out as C dash. Okay, this is a developed diagram, as if I just cut somewhere here and then spread it out. Okay, 1 to 6, right? Is it clear? So this is the simplest 3-phase winding placed in 6 slots, and there is only 1 coil for each phase, 1 coil of n turns. So they are placed here. Okay. Obviously, that means you have terminals AA dash is 1 coil, BB dash is another coil, CC dash is another coil. Okay. So we can call this as, let us say we have, I'll symbolically represent you have AA dash coil. Okay, then okay, BB dash coil, and blue one CC dash coil. So now I have these 3 coils. How many terminals? 6 terminals. Okay. Now we have to connect to the terminal box. It has to be brought out. Okay. Now these 3 things, how do you connect them? How many ways in which you can connect them? Huh? So you can connect them in star or delta. So there are 2 ways of connecting them. So that is, so the above can be connected in star or delta. For star, what do you connect? If you want star, what terminals you connect? Huh? So, if you want star, you have these things. Okay, I'll just say this: AA dash, BB dash, CC dash. Please tell me if it's star, what do you connect? A dash, B dash, C dash is shorted, and you A, B, C are the terminals of line. This can at most be the neutral. So you can have a connection like this. So you have A, let us say B, and let us say C. Okay. So this is the N, because this is A dash, B dash, and C dash. So this is how you connect a star connection. Okay. Windings are there, 6 terminals, you just connect them accordingly. Okay. And at the, if you want, depending upon the requirement, you bring them all to the terminal box, because you as a user, you would like to only deal with these terminals and don't bother about what is inside. So who has to be concerned is the person who makes the machine. He should be concerned, and then he should bring it out properly. He should not bring wrongly, then you are in trouble, right? Supposing he puts B here and B dash here, then it's a real problem, because any worker who is generally illiterate, he might connect it wrongly. So it requires proper training of the winders, right? So this CC dash, any one of them reversal will create problem, or any removal will create problem, or any if turns are not properly put, one is 100 turns, other is 95 turns, then again it will create problem. So these are practical difficulties you will face unless you take proper care. Okay. Now if you want delta connection, the same thing. So in delta, what do you do? So I have the same 3 terminals, three phases, AA dash, BB dash, and CC dash. Then how do you connect them? So you connect them, you short A dash B, B dash C, and C dash A. So this is, they short them, and lines are A, B, C. They will still be the lines. So how do you connect? So you have, for example, let us say A dash, then you connect A dash, you connect B, because this goes here, right? Then this will be B dash, right? So you are connecting like this, you connect this here, and this goes, and then you have, this will be C and C dash. So you have connected A dash B, B dash C, C dash A, and bring out the lines, let us say here. So this will be the line terminal of, let us say A, line terminal of B, and line terminal of C. Lines will be A, B, C. So if it is a motor generator, it will go out like this. If it is a motor, current will come in like this. Here also, if you are a generator, the currents will go out like this. If it is a motor, currents will go in like this through these terminals. So these are your input port points, you can say, right? So you have, this is the simplest 3-phase winding with 6 slots, 2 poles. Okay, so just 3 coils and 2 terminals. So here also you must, your concern is to bring it properly to terminal box, do internal connection of star or delta as per your requirement. Okay, right. Next, let us take same thing with 4-pole winding. Same on coil. So I have 3-phase 4-pole winding, 1 slot per pole per phase. I also have, just like earlier also I had 1 slot per pole per phase. Here also let us have only 1 slot, not more than, because you will complicate the issue. 1 slot per pole per phase. How many slots should be there? 12 slots. So we will have 12 slots because 1 slot per pole per phase. Okay. Now let us again take full pitch coils, not short corded. Okay. This full pitch 180 degrees coils. Okay. Let us now draw this. Okay. Right. So you draw, as we did earlier, you again draw two circles. A stator, because stator outer surface will be cylindrical, which has to fit into the frame. It is the inner circle which starts cut. So let us, if it is 12 instead of 6, it is 12 slots. What will be the angle between two adjacent slots? 30 degrees mechanical. Okay. So please draw approximately 30 degrees mechanical slots. So in any quadrant you will have 3 slots. Please draw 12 slots like this. So we have drawn 12 slots, number them 1, 2, 3 to 12. Okay, you have drawn 12 slots, and then you connect them. Right, so you draw it, and a developed diagram also let us draw it, 12 slots. This for convenience. I have drawn these 12 slots. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Same thing has been developed. Okay. Right. Now there will be how many coils now? There will be not 3, because each pole pair is a 4 pole. So this will be 1 pole pair, between 1 to 7 will be 1 pole pair, and 7 to 1 will be another pole pair. Okay. So we'll call that as okay. Now we start with, we have 6 coils, 2 coils for each phase, right? So I got maybe A phase, I have 2 coils, right, and the B phase, similarly we have another 2 coils, and C phase another 2 coils. So I made 2 coils, I took 6 coils, multi-turn coils, each with n turns. You can make 6 coils. So there will be AA dash, let's call it as A1 A1 dash, A2 A2 dash, because I have 2 coils in each phase, right. Similarly B1 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 dash and B2 B2 dash. Okay. Then C1 C1 dash and C2 C2 dash. Now where do I put my A1 now? Let us say start with 1. So I put A1 here, which is going in. A1. Where do you put A1 dash? Huh? A1 dash should go 180 degrees electrical, 90 degrees mechanical. Therefore, it will land here. This will be A1 dash. Okay, A1 dash is done. Where will be A2? So it will be 7 here. A2 and A2 dash will be 10. Okay. So we in the developed diagram also let us write that. That is here 1 and 4, that is A1 dash, and A2 is 7 and A2 dash is 10. Right. So we have got this is placed. So 4 of the 12 slots are now occupied, right. That is natural because 1/3 of it is occupied by A phase. Next, let us look at the B phase. Where will be B1? Huh? No. Where will be B1? B1 will be 120 degrees from A1 electrical, that will be 60 degrees mechanical. So 60 degrees mechanical is to start with 3. Okay. So we have 3 here, that is B1. Where will it come out? B1 dash? Huh? It will be again a 180 degrees, so it will become 6. That is B1 dash. And where will be B2? 9. It goes in and come out in 12. B2 dash. That is B2. So this will be another 4 slots occupied by B phase. So if you draw in the developed diagram, there will be 3 B1, 6 B1 dash, and 9 B2 and 12, right. Okay. Then rest is automatic. Similarly, you can do for C phase. C starts with C1 is 5. That is C1. C1 dash is, actually this is pole pair, you can say this, what you call it is C1 dash, and C2 is here, and C2 dash is here. So that will be this will be C1 dash, and this 5 will be C1, then C2 dash is here, and 11 is C2. Now, they must be, please, please be attentive, because we will have this sequence A1, C1 dash, B1, A1 dash, C1, B1 dash, A2, C2 dash, B2, A2 dash, C2, B1, B2 dash. So this is the sequence that we will follow, right? So it will always be A, C dash, B, then A dash, C, B. That is the sequence for each pole pair. A, C dash, B, A dash, C, B, B dash. Okay. So that will, so you will notice that the sequence will be A1, C1 dash, B1, A1 dash, C1 and B1 dash. Okay, thus that is the sequence that we will follow. Now, this having put them across here, then what will be our next step? Our next step will be to connect them properly. Okay, so I have already got these coils. Okay, so A1, A1 dash, A2, A2 dash. Okay, I have 2 coils per phase, and then B1, B1 dash, and B2, B2 dash, and C1, C1 dash, and C2, C2 dash. Okay, you have got the windings shown like this. So this is the actual diagram. This is a developed diagram. Okay, in the slots, these are the coils symbolically placed, and these are the coil. Now what do you do? How many? I have got now more terminals, right? 12 terminals are there. 6 coils, 12 terminals. Then what do we do? There are 2 coils per phase, right? Then what are the options you have now? So the next thing is you can connect them in series or parallel. So now you have the option of connect them series or parallel, and or and then star or delta. Okay. So now you have got the one more option of this, right? So you have these ones. Supposing I take one phase, so you have A1, A1 dash, A2, A2 dash. They can be connected in series. Just you have to, this is series, okay. Or you can connect them in parallel. Right? So you can connect them in parallel. Right? So this is how many parallel paths you have? 2 parallel paths. Here how many parallel path? 1 parallel path. There are no parallel path, all in series. So if you have n turns, so what will be NSE here? Number of series turns per phase is, supposing each has n turns, twice n, isn't it? In this case, number of series turns per phase is twice n. Now here, number of series turns per phase is n. So the voltage here induced will be half of what you have here. Okay. So this will be, this is parallel connection. So this will be more voltage and less current. So in a series, if you pass a current I, okay, this will go through like that. Now here if you pass a current I, so here it is double this, and what will be the current in each path? If you pass a, outside you pass a current I, each path will take how much? I by 2. So this will be I by 2 and I by 2. Okay. Parallel means the you can have, if the capacity of each of the coil is I, you can only get I as the output, but if the capacity of each of the coil is I, here then you get twice I. So you can have more current in a parallel path, but you will have less voltage. Only this is what one of the, though it looks a common sense, but it is necessary for you to know. The common sense is also necessary for engineers, right? So this is simple. Why you go for series, and why you go for star or delta also of a similar arguments. Because in star you have more line voltage and less line current. In delta you have less line voltage and more line current, because one you have a factor of √3 coming into the picture. So you can connect them together, and then you can connect them in delta. So you can have a phase. Supposing you have a phase connection in whichever way you like. So you have a phase connection. Let us say series or, sorry. So you have A phase. So AA dash, and similarly you have BB dash, and then you have CC dash, isn't it? First you do a series parallel connection depending upon thing, and you do the same thing. Okay. Now you all this. So AA dash, BB dash, CC dash, there you connect them in star or delta. That is the next step. So you are bringing out the connections accordingly. Okay. So we will we have gone up from just one slot per pole per phase. Okay. And end windings are little complicated to do. For example, I have shown a coils of 3-phase winding. If you look like this, because this picture is not very clear, you know, I mean you have the end connections, you will see they are brought out like this. So this half wound, it comes out like this. They properly, you have to do proper connection at the end. Okay, it comes out of the slots, these windings come out, and then you have to have the proper end connections. Okay. Now next is, let us start with, I don't know whether we will be able to complete today or not. Let us take a next exercise. Single layer. Now we talk about a single layer and a double layer. Okay, first let us do a single layer winding, 3-phase, 2-pole. Okay, single layer, 3-phase, 2-pole, but I have more slots now, 24 slots. 24 slots means how many slots per pole per phase? 4 slots per pole per phase, and let us say it is full pitch coils. Okay, we have full pitch coils, they are placed. Now please draw 24 slots as the first exercise, right? Please draw 24 slots, and let us see how you can connect them. Okay, so you know it takes a while for you to draw 24 slots. So we have 14, 15, 16. Okay, we have somehow managed to draw 24 slots in this sheet. Okay, now coil sides are how many coil sides will be there? A single layer, how many coil sides will be there? Total 24, one in each one. So it's a single layer winding. So you can draw typically the coil sides. Okay, 24 coil sides will be there. Now what we do is, how many coils will be there? There are 12 coils. 24 coil sides means 12 coils, and 12 coils divided into 3 phases. So there will be 4 coils per phase. So 4 coils per phase. Okay. Now you would expect, which are, supposing 1 to 4 is occupied by A phase, right? Let us say this is occupied by A phase. Five to 6 will be occupied by which phase? C dash. Okay. So I will call it as A phase belt, and this will be called phase belt now. Sorry, C dash. It's not one coil side is not there. There are more. Okay. Next you have okay, I think I draw some other color anyway, doesn't matter. This will be what phase belt? B phase belt. They're going in. All the 4 will be B. And next 4 is A dash phase belt. Okay. So A dash will have to come out like this. So that will be A dash phase belt, and then again C phase belt, C phase belt, and last 4 is B dash phase belt. Okay. So I had drawn coil sides. Now it is how they are had to be brought out and connected, and they are single layer. And then what will happen is, after all, so long as they are inside the slots, you have no problem. But when they come out of the slots, right, just like you are inside the class, there is no problem. You are under condition. If you go out, you have freedom to go where you like. Okay. So when it outside, it comes in the end windings. Okay. Then what will happen is, if there are several coils, they jumble up. You know, I said there may be some overlaps at the ends, because there will be crossovers will be there, one coil and so on. So one has to see how they are properly connected. So here comes not mainly the electrical aspect, but the mechanical aspect of put them all together a compact, because if anybody wants to purchase a motor, he doesn't want to have a lot of end windings looking at you. Okay. So you want everything to be compact, closed. You know, nobody should see what it is. So that is, we will see in the next lecture how we make that end winding in this single layer arrangement, and that's will be the next topic of discussion.